Welcome to Fatherhood Neat, the show where we raise a glass to raising kids. No edits, no filters, just straight pours and straight talks about fatherhood, life, and everything in between. My name is Dylan, and tonight we dive into the dad bar. But first, I like to start each show with a segment called What I'm Drinking. Tonight, Rabbit Hole High Gold. It's a 95 proof double malt high rye that you can find pretty much anywhere. It's an under $70 bottle, but it is incredibly smooth. You get the standards, the vanilla, the oakiness to it, but it is a very good bottle. It's a good go-to. Again, it's readily available pretty much anywhere, and I love to keep it on hand. That being said, tonight's topic is the dad bar, and I'm going to go over the 3 levels that every guy should have in their house, whether you have one bottle of each level or multiples. I'm going to go through a bunch of recommendations on what I keep on hand and what I would recommend that you guys keep on hand. The 3 main categories are the everyday pour, the one that you go to after you're coming home from work, a couple nights a week, you want to have a little glass of something. The entry level stuff, the stuff that's readily available, not too expensive. Then you have the next level, which is, the nice night out, date night level type of stuff, the $40 to $70 bottle range. And then above that, you have your special occasion bottles. They're maybe a little bit harder to find, the $80 plus, $90 plus. Being a dad is not cheap. So I like to make recommendations at every entry level point, because again, a lot of people out there, different income level brackets, just to make sure that everyone is included with what's available to them. So to start out, Evan Williams single barrel. This is an under $35 bottle, and it is awesome. It is a 86 proof, so you don't get a lot of heat there. It's very easy to drink, very smooth. Again, it's very cost affordable. That didn't make much sense. But after that, we have regular standard Jack Daniels. It's great as a mixer. It's great neat. It's great on the rocks. You really can't go wrong with it. The versatility of it alone speaks for itself, with everything from old fashions to Jack and Cokes, old reliable. After that, I have Elijah Craig, 94 proof. Every one of these bottles is under $40. Then Wild Turkey 101. I think this might be the most expensive one at around $30, $35. Again, you can find it anywhere, but very smooth, very easy to drink. A little higher proof than the other ones, being in the low 80s or the high 80s, low 90s, but just a classic bottle. And regular Four Roses. These are the ones that I keep on hand, the go-tos. The ones that you can find anywhere. They're always available. That entry level under $40. You need something just to throw some ice in. They're perfect for it. After that, we have your $40 to $60, $40 to $70 range. Again, these are your date night pours. You're having a couple people over. You want to show off a little bit. I have the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. This is a higher at, 127 and a half, but incredible bottle. It's for the proof. It's incredibly smooth. You definitely get that oaky flavor to it. You get that smokiness, but you definitely get hit with the vanilla, the caramel, the sweet side of it just as much. Following that up, I have regular Woodford Reserve. This is about $40. This is going to be on the lower end of that $40 to $70 range, but this is one of the ones that I have on hand at all times. It's great neat. It's great on rocks. It's great as an old fashioned. It's a very versatile mixer. Just a great bottle to have on hand. Then I have Four Roses single barrel. This is another one. Very versatile. Would recommend keeping on hand. And then the last one is the Knob Creek 9 single barrel and the Russell's 10. The Russell's 10 is, to me, if I had to pick 5 bottles, this is one of my top 5 bottles. It's great neat. It's great on the rocks. It's great as a mixer. If you're doing old fashions, it's just a classic bottle that you really can't go wrong with at all. And then the next level I have is the special occasion bottles, the $70, $100 plus bottles, starting with E.H. Taylor single barrel. Now, here in South Jersey, this is very hard to find, especially at a good price. I got lucky and found that with a pairing down at a store here called Buy Right. I was able to find it. I think I spent $100 on it, but you really can't go wrong with any of the Buffalo Trace line. They're all fantastic. Following that up is Stag. Another one, classic bottle, higher proof at 128.9, but you really don't feel it. Just a very easy to drink bottle. It's something that, you have birthday parties, graduations, things like that. It's a bottle you break out, for special occasions. It's not a daily sipper. It's something you break out every once in a while because, again, they are incredibly hard to find and getting harder. Earlier this year, Buffalo Trace had another flood, I think, and it damaged a lot of the inventory. So again, prices have gone back up. Regular Buffalo Trace, the bottle is the standard, which is normally a $30 bottle, is now up to $60 in some place. I mean, it's doubled over the last couple months. But again, these are special occasion bottles. And then to finish that up, the Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select. Again, going back to a classic. It's very easy to drink, not too smoky. And these are bottles that might be a little bit hard to find, but not impossible. You do your hunting, you got some free time a little bit, you want to drive around, check out some liquor stores in the area. Chances are you can find almost every one of these. It just comes down to what are you willing to pay for it. A lot of these bottles I keep on hand. If I had to pick one from each level, the daily sipper, the date night bottle, and then the special occasion bottle, I'm going with regular Jack Daniels. I'm going with the Knob Creek 9, and I'm going with the Weller 12. Those are the three that I'm going with. And it's a tie. When it comes to special occasion bottles, it's either the E.H. Taylor single barrel or the Weller 12, but it's definitely a Buffalo Trace bottle. They're the reason why, they are what they are. This stuff is just that good. You really can't go wrong with any of it. Every one of these bottles, MSRPs for under 120, 130 bucks. I got the Sinatra Select from the distillery. I spent $129 on it. So it's really not that, out of the range for most people. Again, I know being a dad can be expensive. Diapers aren't cheap. Wipes, onesies, things like that really rack up, especially going through them pretty quickly. If I had to pick one bottle that I would have, again, it would be probably the Russell's 10. It's an under $60 bottle. You can find it anywhere, but it's just smooth. It's easy to drink. It's consistent. It's just a good go-to bottle. I really recommend it. Wrapping up here, I like to end each show because sometimes not all the topics that we get into are going to be lighthearted, recommendations, things like that. So I like to end every show with a dad joke, being a dad-themed show. So they're going to get cheesy. They're going to get, a little goofy, but it is what it is. It's meant to be lighthearted. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to just enjoy, something you could listen to quick. So here we go. If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring? Pilgrims. I know. Again, they're dad jokes for a reason. But first episode, this is going to be on Spotify. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on TikTok. Be sure to follow, check it out, subscribe. This is episode 1 of Fatherhood Neat. Stay tuned. Cheers.